The holy angel was firmly nailed to the pillar of shame. Her wings were tightly bound by cold iron chains. Her fragile face gazing at her only hope right now. Usually proud, she now let go of all her pride. Asking the boy in front for help. Kai looked at the angel's stunning face. Sure, she could not be a bad person. So he stepped up to cut the chains on her. But to his surprise, even top future high-tech weapons could not scratch these chains at all. In the era where Kai lived, humans fought demons, angels, elves, and spirits. In a tragic war that ruined the world, as the human army fell back, facing a total disaster soon, a human hero named Sid showed up. He turned the tide and beat the four races, sealing them into pyramid-shaped tombs. As a human Federation soldier, his daily job is guarding these pyramids. Though no race has escaped for a century, he still stuck to his post, without ever slacking off. If the demon race escaped, it would be a huge disaster. Then they went back to train. Kai often turned on a dragon hologram for his combat training, to improve his own combat stats. But this training is risky. Cryptids are super strong. One mistake means certain death. His colleague Saki turned it off. However, Kai just enjoyed it. Training with resolve to die makes sense. Hearing this, Saki teased him. He was born in the wrong era. If he was in the 5-race war, he might go down in history. Just like the human hero, Sid. It is said humans said back then could seal the 4 major races due to his dazzling holy sword, but after the war, Sid and that sword vanished away, making people doubt if the hero existed. Saki woke up the fainted ash and shared a piece of great news. Jean will be promoted in a few days. Known as the youngest warrior, headed to the royal capital. They discussed what gift to give. And at this time, Kai got a message from Jean, asking to meet tomorrow and keep it a secret from them. Little did he know, the two were right beside him. They were curious about his secret bond with Jean. The next day, he arrived at the spot early, and Jean walked right over. She is his childhood friend, leaving for the capital soon. She wanted to cherish this time. Seeing him fully armed, Jean could not help but complain. But she actually likes this side. Then they walked around. Recalling childhood promises, Jean jogged a short distance, then turned around to ask, if I come back in 2 years, could we take a step further? But just then, the space suddenly collapsed. He felt something was wrong. People cast confused glances. He found he was the only one seeing this. At the same time, a giant black hole appeared. The busy streets were swallowed up. He faintly heard a rustling voice. Start world rebirth. Execute world over. When he opened his eyes again, he was shocked to see the city had turned into ruins. He thought it was all a dream. A demon suddenly appeared, pulling him back to reality. 2 magic circles formed ahead. He raised his case to block. Avoiding a fatal strike, he panted heavily. But the demon showed no mercy, forming 4 circles again. He grabbed his weapon super fast and loaded the bullets in. Demons are the magic source. The higher rank, the demon, the stronger its power is. He pulled the trigger at once. Bullets acting like elf gear, nullifying magic attacks. The demon's eyes glowed red. This move is Dragon Bullet, simulating the cryptid breath. His first time facing a demon, but his daily training paid off. The crisis was not over. A deep voice came from behind. This demon is way stronger now. But he was not afraid.
様は危険な匂いがする。消えろ。
Right at the last moment, Saki threw a flashbang in time. White light stung the demon's eyes. He safely escaped the place. But, absurdly, Saki completely forgot him. His mood hit rock bottom. They used to be best friends. He learned from Saki. In this new world, a 5-race war broke out. But humanity lost. Now, cities and lands worldwide were taken by the other 4 races. Humans abandoned their cities. Fleeing to underground shelters, the surviving humans united. Fighting against the 4 races, he could not believe it. He asked why humans lost. The answer was they were too weak. 4 races each had a strong leader. Even the human hero Sid never showed up once.
本当に知らないのか。他の4種族を倒した人間の英雄がいたはずだろ。
Commotion in the distance? Ashlon then explained. The main army unit is here. Besides this place, there are other human zones. Guarded by the resistance. The main unit commands all squads. He wondered who the commander was. It was his childhood friend. But Jean forgot him entirely. The moment they brushed past, he could not hold back his feelings. He called out to Jean and recalled their recent date.
何のことだろうか。人違いをしているようだな。
本当に覚えていないのか。
すまない。この後会議の予定があるので失礼する。
Evening. He searched for books about Hero Sid, but could not find any records. From this, we can see humanity indeed lost the war. But a question arose. Since humanity already lost, why do the ceiling pyramids exist? Keeping this doubt till next day, he asked Saki about the pyramids. But they had never heard of it. Having no choice, he borrowed keys and drove there to check it out. Soon, he reached the pyramid and found the seal stone opened. Following a flickering light corridor, a precious sword caught his eye. This is the sword of Hero Sid. He jogged forward quickly. As his right hand touched the hilt, a grand voice echoed in the tomb. The one swept up by destiny? Do not let go of this sword. Right after it spoke, a strong sword aura hit the wall. An ancient door appeared in thin air. He turned into white light and vanished. When he opened his eyes again, he was sent to another space. An angel with demon wings was bound here. He wanted to kill her out first. Please help me. He never expected that. He saved the girl with good intent. But she pointed an ultimate spell at him. She thought he was an enemy demon. Luckily, he had the Prophet Sid's sword. This sword could sever destiny. Cutting off a death fate was easy. However, what he never expected was, he just swung it casually and effortlessly cut down the whole spell. Because of this, he had time to explain. Explaining he was human, not demon. The girl then apologized to him. She had a grudge with demons, so she mistook him for an enemy demon. Then he asked the girl some questions. But Rin hid her race from him. She only remembered fighting Vanessa before waking up locked in here. Her words were quite shocking. Vanessa is the demon underworld emperor. Her strength is surely absolute. Hard to think she could fight her. While they were chatting happily, a strange tentacle appeared behind Rin. Its target was exactly Rin, calling her a destiny singularity, for she could interfere with the new world. Its goal was to sever her organs and seal her. Seeing the blonde tentacles' scary power, they immediately decided to run. Though they ran further away, the blonde slowly opened a black hole. The tentacle instantly caught up and firmly grabbed Rin. He had to rely on his sword again. Now was no time to hesitate.
行くぞ。
The sword opened a portal for them, sending them to where he found the sword, so they escaped successfully. But Rin was way too scared. She dove straight into his arms. First time someone was so gentle to her. Wild gods, spirits, and cryptids all despised her. Demons were the worst of all, calling her an ugly half-breed. So she fought the underworld emperor. Her memory was roughly the same as his. She recalled before fighting. Humans were winning the Great War. The demons back then were anxious, saying a human hero had appeared, but she did not know who the hero was. Hearing this, he was quite thrilled. Meeting someone with the same history. After hearing Rin's story, he confirmed one thing for sure. He is in a world where the war result was reversed. Tonight will be a sleepless night. His city, Neavisha, was invaded by demons. He could not just sit and watch. He joined the fight and shared their weakness. Demon stone bodies get too heavy to fly when wet. Then attack them with grenades. With Rin's magic, finishing blow, the two demons were easily killed. Saki and Ashlon were shocked by his power. He had bullets that blocked magic and martial arts to strike demons down. And he did not hide anything. Said he came from a world where humanity won. Martial arts and lightning bullets were technologies from his world, though Saki and Ashlon could not believe it. They brought him to the army headquarters.
種族大戦に人間が勝利した歴史から来ただと冗談抜かすな小僧こんな話は時間の無駄だ
先日君は私を知っているような口ぶりだった君の言う別の歴史では君と私はどのような関係だったんだ
学友で幼なじみだった。俺はいつも聞かされていた大食いジェールのような二人がいた。
ジャンヌ様。いや。
Because of these two names, the commander ended the meeting. Right after dismissing it, she asked the pink-haired girl to call him. This time, she took off her male disguise. The two he mentioned were her father and grandpa. She called him in private to ask for his help. Two demons escaped Neavisha. So the city location was exposed. She wanted to gather all human zones to surround and repel the incoming demons. She would give him a fair reward. But Rin thought this would be endless. Perhaps this could repel the demons, but more demons would definitely seek revenge. And if high-tier demons came, one spell could destroy the whole underground city. This was not treating the root cause, and he had a proposal to fix the root cause. That was to attack the demon capital. There is only one demon to defeat. By defeating the underworld emperor Vanessa, the demons would fall apart on their own.
本気で言っているのあれは怪物よ30年前たった一体で王都の防衛軍を壊滅させ政府宮殿を占拠したの
Only Sid's sword can damage this monster. Although he is not absolutely certain, he will try his very best. So, only he and Rin need to fight Vanessa? He has no reason to risk his life for this world. But seeing Saki and Ashlon risk their lives, if he abandoned this world, he could not face them in his original world. Compared to humans, demons should be wary of other races. So, they place most forces near the border. Demons in the capital are only 10%. While fighting Vanessa, he hopes the resistance can lure other demons. All their forces might buy a few hours. But most people will die before the palace. Coincidentally, the pink-haired girl has a way. There is a secret royal underground railway. Ordinary people don't know about it, so they can invade from underground. A plan made by the ex-commander 15 years ago. But there was no way to defeat Vanessa then. So this combat plan was not executed. As a father, he did not tell Jean about this. No parent would let their daughter execute such a suicidal combat plan. And the pink-haired girl is willing to bet on him. So she spoke out about this matter.
やろう。悪魔の英雄への挑戦だ。ウルザ連邦を取り戻す。
His group approached Vanessa's palace. Although moving in large numbers, they did not worry about demons finding them. Although demons are good at sensing magic, humans do not have this kind of magic. So it is hard for demons to track their moves. So they quickly reached the government palace. However, an endless stream of demons welcomed them. Facing the opponent's ice magic, he easily dodged with a simple jump and interrupted its casting with a bullet. But taking them out one by one takes too long. So after giving Rin a look, he decided to finish all demons at once. Indeed, this lightning was Rin's magic. To avoid exposing her identity, he stated the lightning was from his old world. Everyone was surprised, but did not suspect a thing. Only the pink-haired girl noticed a clue. He did not pull the trigger for the lightning. Then they moved toward the top floor of the palace. Obviously, the journey would not be peaceful. The first was a large demon summoned by imps. But this one was given to the pink-haired girl. Obviously, her strength was enough to handle it. Saying she would catch up after dealing with it, the group continued upward. Soon they reached a room. As soon as the commander walked into this room, a powerful spell came head-on and hit her fiercely. But according to the law of smoke, means no damage. She was completely unharmed. Her equipment was an elven spiritual gear. This is the robe of spiritual light from elves, which grants immunity to most magic attacks. With her cover, his group continued advancing to the top floor. With Rin's barrier, they reached the power room. He left Saki and Ashlon behind. Once Vanessa is defeated, or if they cannot win, the two of them can cut off the building's power, so they can escape under the cover of darkness. However, right after he left the power room, unexpectedly the building's alarm sounded. This was because the demons used infrared sensors. For them, human machinery finally came in handy. This rendered their barrier magic totally useless. And thus, demons blocked their way. However, in the next second, Rin grabbed him without any hesitation, taking him around the back of the demons while dodging, telling him to go ahead first. She would catch up immediately. After saying this, Rin sealed the way up. Left with no choice, he had to keep moving. Soon, he reached the highest floor, and finally met the demon underworld emperor. Meanwhile, on the other side, the commander's battle reached a critical point. The demon's attacks could not break her defense. Her sword disassembled and reassembled, and quickly turned into a bow. The demon never expected that a human not only had an elven magic tool, but the sword in hand was the work of an angel. After all, a person without magic power wielding these would shorten their lifespan.
However, her answer was that she did not
If she did
care.
not have such resolve, humanity could never defeat the demons. Fighting the demon hero is much harder than this. However, just as she finished speaking, a three-headed hound attacked her. Fortunately, the pink-haired girl arrived in time. Her identity was also extraordinary. From the three-headed hound, we learn she is a human known as a dragon warrior. Although the resistance army is still holding on, the time they can buy for him has reached its limit. They can only pin all their hopes on him. And on his side, Vanessa wanted to use her beauty to captivate him, but was rejected by him on the spot. He already knew Vanessa was a battle maniac.
そういえば人間の判断にエルフの連想を使う指揮官がいると聞いた。お前か？
いや、俺はよそ者だ。お前が敗北した歴史の世界から来た。
对于男主是其他世界前来的凡妮莎并不相信，可直到男主说出先知希德的名字时，不知怎么凡妮莎却动摇了。
シード。
今何を？
But Vanessa did not intend to answer him. She was bored of playing now and directly launched a spell at him. But it was dissolved by his gun. While Vanessa was surprised, he also arrived in front of her and slashed down fiercely. Unfortunately, it was a succubus illusion. His weapon opened Vanessa's eyes again. Not only could it neutralize her magic, it could also release wyvern breath attacks. This weapon made her believe his words more. In anger, she cast a spell again. And this time she was obviously serious. Its power was totally unmatched. Seeing him dodge again, she released an even stronger one. Logically, except for heroes of other races, no one could escape death. But Vanessa could not imagine he was unharmed. Only he knew Sid's sword saved his life again. When Vanessa asked the origin of this sword, Rin suddenly appeared covered in wounds.
建物がすごく揺れて、カイが死んじゃうかもって怖くて。だから許さない。来なさい、バネッサ。私が相手をしてあげる。何者だ。
The newcomer was the tentacle woman, but her target this time was Vanessa. Observing unexpected wavering in Demon Hero, linked with the taboo word SI, activating excision organ to cut. Judging its world impact is diffuse. Hearing these words, Vanessa understood at once. But just as she was about to be Although, this still did not kill the blonde, because her damage passed the limit. She had to obediently leave. Looking at the strange Vanessa, Rin could not believe her eyes. Although, she was also strong before. The Vanessa in the past was not this scary.
今は目の前の脆弱種を排除するのが先決。
Vanessa focused her attention on him again. Seeing this, Rin immediately rushed forward and hugged Vanessa tightly. What he did not expect was, Rin's action was to let him escape first. But how could he leave her and run away? Although Rin cast a barrier to trap her, but for Vanessa, breaking this barrier took only a thought. Such a fragile barrier could not hold her. Seeing Rin blasted away, he rushed forward without any hesitation. However, he was hit hard by Vanessa's spell. The power of this blow pinned him to the wall. Seeing the person she cared about die like this, Rin no longer hid or feared. Anger instantly clouded her mind. Her wounds began to heal rapidly, and her appearance also changed. Rin had not used her full strength before. This state, mixing 5 races' traits, is her true appearance? Afraid he would call her a monster? She did not dare to fight in this form. If so, he would not have died by her hands. All because of her hesitation. Vanessa's mouth was full of mockery. But, provoked by her like this, upon hearing this, Rin made a choice. Vanessa never would have thought. Rin cast a forbidden spell on her. These falling water drops are life. They cannot be blocked by any means. It will drip until Vanessa dies. And the same goes for Rin too. She will also lose her life. However, just when Rin thought so, unexpectedly, things took a turn. Vanessa was prepared to prevent this setup. This is her territory, after all. She set up a wide-range curse. A curse that can hinder the magic power of spirits, cryptids, and wild gods. Simply put, as long as you are near, your magic power will keep draining. What surprised Vanessa was that Rin, with all races in one body, should bear 3 curses at the same time. Yet, she could cast magic for so long. Just as Vanessa was about to strike,
お前が戦ってなきゃおしまいだった。さっきまで意識が飛んでたからな。
嘘じゃないよね。戦い。
that concludes the whole episode. He was just a guard watching the 4 races' tombs. Responsible and trains hard, but mostly a background character. He knew the history of Hero Sid, yet lived in the shadow of the hero, with a weak presence, like a tool existing to guard peace. After the overwrite, he faced a double blow. The old world collapsed, forgotten by everyone in the new world. Even Jean could not recognize him. He fell into confusion of, who am I? Fighting was mostly survival instinct. After obtaining the sword and the key, he accepted his new world guardian role. He was no longer a bystander, but actively led humanity's fight, and learned Sid's sword skills in battle. He changed from fighting for himself to protecting others. His growth is significant. He grew from a nobody to someone willing to protect. This setting places him in absolute loneliness, sparking dramatic tension and audience immersion. His changes from forgotten to growing from passive acceptance to defining himself. His journey began with doubting his memory, fighting to prove his memory with actions, finally using his uniqueness to create a new future. To me, this explores personal growth deeply, and philosophical thoughts on memory and reality. His struggle is personal memory against collective ones. Exploring who writes history and defines truth. In this world, memory is not a private item, but the supreme power defining world truth. His existence is an error code to the false world. Rin's change from a tool to an accomplice is key to understanding the deep theme. She initially saw him as a variable, a chess piece to break the world line. She guided him to get the hero's sword, mostly to observe what changes he could bring. In battle, especially seeing him protect others bravely, Rin's attitude changed from observing to trust. She began to bind her destiny with his, admitting he is essential to break the cycle. In summary, this work tells us, sometimes the whole world is wrong, and the memory you hold onto alone is the only reference to save the world.